Hey guys, it's me from the Brothers Fire Chat. This is Jesse, by the way. Yeah, that worked out fabulously. Worst intro ever. Don't care. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just jumping on because I want to clarify a couple of things. This is not a fitness post or anything. This is just a regular blog. I had a couple of questions come through that I'm quite interested in answering. One of them was, do I miss the Army? Okay, fair enough. In all respect, I have to say no. But that's because I had bad experiences, things like that. There are aspects of it that I miss. I miss the brotherhood. I miss the fact that I can look left or right and there's somebody there every time that I can count on. Well, usually, but like I said, I miss some things. I was a little bit more fit. I felt a little bit better, but I worked harder. I was tired, about as tired as I am now. It changed my life in a couple of ways that it's fair to say I could benefit with. It also did damage to me, and mass damage to me. It caused multiple crushed discs, things like that. So it's kind of a hit or miss. Do I miss it? No, not really. Do I wish that I could still have the same connections and same real relationships with the people? Well, of course. I would love to be able to walk up and give somebody a hug, or see Nunez, who's currently deployed over in freaking Germany or stationed over in Germany. I would love to see Akins and Appleby and all the guys that I used to hang with. I would love to go back and erase some things that happened from here to there. Would I erase them because of the simple fact that I regret them? No, I would erase them because it would have been nicer to be able to have those memories in a completely different form. So, but everything's a learning experience, and everything happens for an absolute reason, and I am a firm believer of that. So, to answer your question, no, I don't miss the Army. But yes, that was a fair question, and it's fair to say people constantly, after what, I've been out a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years now, people constantly ask me if I have nostalgia over it. No. Maybe in 20 years I might have a little bit, but no, I feel, like I said, if you've watched my channel and you watch the stuff that I'm doing, I'm still trying to actively be a part of our troops and do things that support them, and I push these videos out to them, and I try to let them know, hey, even though we're not up there doing the same physical stuff that you're doing and in there getting creamed every day, should we be called, we're going to be ready to be back. That's the whole point. Even on the outside, should the call come up, we want to be ready to stand at your back. That's what we did once, and I don't see why we shouldn't do that again. Yes, I'm involved in a few communities. Yes, I have some very strong political views on some certain items. Yes, I disagree with certain things, but does it matter what my political views are? No. It really will never matter what my political views are, and this is the thing you got to understand. For my political views to be the way they are, which is pretty simple, for my political views to be the way they are, I still have the capability to put them aside. And that's what I think most people lack, is the ability to go, okay, I view this way, but that's my friend, and that's more important, or this is more important, so I have to put this aside to be able to do that. Now, I'm not quoting anything, and I'm not going to throw statistics out, because every time I throw statistics out, I just there's a YouTuber out there that I actually really like, and he's quite serious about his stuff, and he brought up a very valid point with me. And unless I'm going to source everything, which I do try to, if I'm using something off of YouTube, something like that, I try to source it down there so you can see where I got it. So no, I'm not going to throw statistics in there, because I'm not going to go and try and dig up a source for a quick Q&A. But I mean, I might throw around the I believe this and so, but I'm not going to quote it. So usually if I say I believe this statistic is this, just don't quote me. I'll add don't quote me on it, but this is there. And it means that I'm not going to source it, but if you can find it, or you can find something to prove me wrong, by all means put it down there. I don't mind. Okay, so we have question answered about the military. Do I miss it? No. Not really, not at all. Do I still stay involved with it, was the other question. Well, of course. Absolutely. I may not miss being a soldier and being in the military and listening to the orders that I didn't agree with and doing the things I don't agree with doing, but because I signed a contract I had to do. No, I don't miss that. I like aspects of the military. I like things that happen. I like some of the people I met. Heck, I have 59 people on my Facebook thing here that, okay, yeah, it's awesome. I get to hang out with them. I know them. And if I ever call them or they call me, I will do the best I can to help them, and they will do the best they can to help me. And that's just an understood thing. I don't need to talk to you every day for us to still know, hey, I got your back. It's kind of like your family. So there's the loyalty, and then there's family, and then there's this. Well, loyalty runs thicker than blood, and blood is family, and we understand all that. However, these are just sayings. Again, don't quote me, but loyalty, in my opinion, is thicker than blood. Okay? I can be loyal to a soldier who I've known for multiple years, like a friend of mine, Curly, who I can't find on Facebook, which I need to look up and try and find her. Anyway, side note. A friend of mine, Curly, used to come to me for help in the middle of things, and if I could help, I would. There's a couple times where we went a year without talking, but when she pops up, hey, I got a question, can you answer it? Well, hang on, let me look in my regulation book, let me see what I can find. These are the things I like to do. Not that I always have the time to do them, but if you call me, I'm going to try to help. So yes, do I stay involved? Yes. Do I try to find sites that give you information and statistics? Yes. Such as Rally Point. You can verify on Rally Point that you're a soldier, active, retired, so on and so forth. It gives you information and lets you stay connected. Do I work with the VA? Sometimes, yes, I like to. Do I actually try to get into veteran benefited things such as Wounded Warrior programs, things like that? Yeah. Do I agree with everything that's going on? No. But the beautiful thing about me liking the military the way it is the fact that I still have my free will now. I'm no longer under contract to, okay, this is what you're going to do and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm not on a government system. I can do whatever I want to do about whatever I feel I want to do, which makes it that much easier for me to be able to help somebody on the inside. Sometimes having the guy on the outside who's not bound by the things that you have to do makes it easier to kind of get around things. That's what I like to do. So, no, I don't hack government systems. No, I'm not going to sit here and try to break any laws. I just like to be able to make my own choices and choose to protect what I want to protect rather than what I'm told to protect. So these are things that, okay, that's the way it goes. So, yes, I'm involved. No, I don't miss it. And that's kind of the way it is. A couple other questions they asked were simple things like, how old am I? Well, obviously, I'm 20-something. It's a disclaimer that I'm old. That's it. However, somebody did ask me a very valid question, and I think it's fair that I answer this one. Somebody asked me what happened. And not like what happened to me, what are my injuries is basically what they asked. Because I'm posting all the time about how, okay, you do these workouts and you do this and you do that and you do this. And this is the way it can be. This is modified. If you feel good, I have this injury. All right, I'm going to break this down for you. I have arthritis, severe arthritis in both knees. I've lost the cartilage behind my knee here. I do have 3 herniated discs in my lower back that I've been working with. I've had massive, massive muscle damage to the lower back. And honestly, I'm not sure where it's at now, but it got crippling to the point where I couldn't walk. So for a while there, and you can ask my family, it's bad when I was hanging on to my grandfather, who's like 60-something at the time, and I was 25, 26 years old, hanging on to my grandfather and screaming, trying to get up 3 stairs because I couldn't do it. So literally my body deteriorated. I became depressed. I became lethargic. Everything about me changed, and it wasn't because of anything else. When you lose something that you're so unconcerned with, I think is the best. There's a word for it. Ungrateful for it. You don't think about it. Things like that. It's just nature. It's there, and you just expect it to be there. It's not something that you think, oh well, this could go away someday. You're just taking it for granted. There you go. So when you do something like that and you have things that take for granted, like when I crush my disc and I have herniated disc, which now crushed the sciatic nerve in my lower back. And yes, I will admit to you real quick, when I damaged my lower back like that, it crushed those discs and pinched my nerve. When you pinch on the sciatic nerve bad enough, you do lose control of your bladder. So it isn't the most comfortable thing to stand there and know that you now have to time yourself to use the bathroom. I use the bathroom a lot, and it's because of a backup system that my brain has done to protect myself, because of when I damaged my lower back, I damaged that sciatic nerve, which caused me to lose control of the bladder, urinary side, and the other number 2 side. So rather than just crapping myself in the middle of nowhere, I sat back and I actually put a timer down and went, okay, typically the bladder for me would fill up every 2 hours and I'd have to go. So I'll go every hour to hour and a half. And it kind of just offset it. And now it's just a mental thing that I do, that every hour to 2 hours I'll go to the bathroom. So yeah, it's kind of like a kid. Well, in fairness, yes, I damaged my lower back. I tore my ACL cup. I tore my tendons in the back of my knee. I ripped the IT band. I did crush 3 discs. I herniated 3 discs. I busted my shoulders up. I broke the collarbone. There's a lot of damage, okay? So, yes, the list goes on and on. I have carpal tunnel in both wrists. I'll save that for you to imply whatever comment you want there. Anyway, as it stands, there are good days to what I do, and there are really, really bad days. Yes, I am on heavy medications for the bad days. Do I take medications on a daily basis? No. I take the Osteobiflex. I take the things that I show you, my supplements, because they help. And that's important. Find what helps. That's seriously it. I suffered from mass depression. I went on freaking depression pills. And this was because I lost the things that I took for granted. I couldn't walk right. I couldn't run. I couldn't do these things. Well, now I can go for a 5-mile run. I'm very happy about that, and I don't take that for granted. I'm very thankful for the fact that every morning that I get up, I know it could be the last day that I get to walk. So for when I wake up and I'm able to walk, I try to move around. Rather than sit there, I try to enjoy the fact that this is the way my body is. So it's giving me another day of good blessing and good faith, and let me, okay, here you go, you're going to continue to move. This is important for me. So, yes. Yes, I'm massively damaged. Yes, I'm working out heavily. Yes, I'm going to school. Yes, I have a full-time job. Yes, I'm 40% disabled by the veteran standards. So, underneath all of this, when I went on to, going back to the depression, when I had all this happen, I went on to a depressive stent. I got on antidepressants, which made it worse. I actually got like borderline suicidal and had to recognize here that, okay, yes, depression is a problem, but these pills aren't helping, so I need to find some other way to do this. It's not something I'm ever going to be. Once you have depression, it's there. You might have symptoms of depression and times that you can kind of push through, but that depression is always there. It's natural. If you have it, do not feel like you cannot talk about it. Do not feel like it's not a natural thing. Do not feel like the world can tell you you can beat this. Sometimes, trust me, I know. It doesn't matter what you do, how hard you motivate, how bad you kick yourself in the hind. Sometimes that depression voice in the back of your head and everything that's happening to you just lays you in bed and you don't move. I get it. You're allowed to be that way. The key thing is finding something that works and helps you cope with it. Go to therapy, talk to people, do things. Yes, it comes in phases. It comes in severities. It comes in all these things. Statistically, I would love to show you all of the statistics I know about depression. I know that Harvard University has 1,000 statistics that you can push up, and they're just amazing. I deeply encourage you to look it up. But like I said, when I went through it, I realized that this is my level of depression. This is where I'm at. This is how I'm going to try to beat it. So I picked up weights and I picked up working out, and I wanted to get back to normal. I don't want to take pills to feel normal, so I don't. I take my supplements because they're fish oil, things like that. They're natural supplements, and I'm okay with that. It's not a government authorized thing that you're pushing down my throat to make me something I'm not. So underneath that, yes, I'm very happy with where I'm at. I'm a happy person, and I like to stay that way. I forcefully changed my mindset, which I hope you can do, because trust me, you can go through life angry, and I am a very angry person. Ask anybody you know. I came out into this world angry, and I planned on staying that way. No. Mentally, when I wake up, even if I'm upset, even if I'm angry, even if all these things are there, let the feeling come in, hold that feeling, be okay with that feeling, and let it pass. It doesn't have to be, okay, I'm having a bad day right now, it's going to be that way all day. No. Mentally put a mood in your head and go, okay, it's been rough, but I can be positive. This could happen, that could happen. These are how I cope with this. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, but whatever emotion you have, you can project and you can try to do. And I've noticed that it doesn't work all the time. But for me, when I project happiness or I project positive things, I find positive things. And you really have to look for them. But, for me, okay, I went through life so angry for so many years that I stopped knowing what happiness was, what I wanted, where I was. All I wanted to do was be angry and make everybody else angry with me. So, self-making, in my path, I made myself a self-made pacifist. I started to learn to let things go, to hold on to them for the time that I felt was necessary, let them float around, and just kind of let them go. Do I still get angry? Yes. Do I get angry as much as I used to and a severity level as I used to? No. And I force myself not to. So, what I'm saying is find what works for you. Yes, I was heavily injured, and that's fine. Am I still that way? Yeah, I know I'm injured. But is there anything you can do that I can't do? No. I may have to find a different way to do it, but I believe thoroughly, and this is what I suggest to you. Learn to believe in yourself. Because I believe that if you can put that light bulb up, I can put that light bulb up. I believe that if you can climb that building, I may not be able to do it right now, but I will be able to climb that building because I'm going to learn how to. If you can pass that class, I can pass that class. Even if I'm not mathematically minded, I'm going to make sure that I can do it. And this is because I believe there's nothing I can't do. And I hope you can adopt that feeling. Once you thoroughly, honestly can look at yourself in the mirror, and trust me, I look at myself in the mirror some days. I love who I am, and I love everything about me. I love to look in the mirror, turn sideways, check myself out. You know what? Everybody does it. But then there's days when I don't like me. I talk to myself in the mirror. I point out all of my flaws. I know I don't like them, and I promise myself I'm going to change them. So that's what I do. I try to change everything. And it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You'll see. Somewhere in between there. My emotions are my own, and that's the thing that I'm quite capable of knowing, very happy of being able to control. And I make it a conscious effort to make sure that I don't let them go out of control. So yes, injuries aside, I learned not to take things for granted. So would I trade all of this, which was the other question, with all the injuries and the damage I've had, would I trade it all to go back and redo it? No, absolutely not. I will be damaged for the rest of my life, and the society can look at me as a damaged person, but I know dang well that damaged only means experience. There are lessons in every bit of that damage and things that have taught me to be more than I ever thought I could be because of that damage. So, those are the things that I wanted to cover today. Basically, going back to it, yes, I'm damaged. No, I don't miss the military. Yes, I'm still involved in everything, and I'm quite proud of that. Yes, I do believe that I can change a lot about the world. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I believe I can change the world. Do you? I would like to know. I hope you do. And fourthly, I wouldn't change a thing. Or lastly, anyway, I wouldn't change anything. Everything that's ever happened to me, I wouldn't change. Why? because I learned something valuable from everything that happened. And that's what's important. And I hope you can too. Go ahead and leave some comments down in the comment box on this one. I would love to know your thoughts on anything. And hit that subscribe if you haven't already. We have a new subscriber. I don't know his name, but thank you for pushing that button today. And this is Jesse from the Brothers Fire Chat. Until next time, I will see you.